Do you ever feel like closing deals in real estate is like pulling teeth? Well, you're not alone. The market's crazy, the competition's fierce, and sometimes it feels like every deal turns into a battle. But guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. In this video, I'm gonna share a few ways to communicate better. What I'm about to share has transformed my business, and it's made real estate great again. So if you're ready to ditch the stress and close deals with confidence, stick around. The first thing that's gonna make you a better communicator, it's probably the most important. You need to listen up. Great communication starts with truly listening to your clients. Don't just wait for your turn to talk. You gotta make great eye contact. You gotta make eye contact. You gotta ask clarifying questions, and you have to repeat back what they've said, summarize what they've said, repeat it back to them. These things, they're gonna show that you care. It's gonna help build rapport, and it's gonna ensure that you're on the same page about their needs and their goals. My next tip is you have to speak their language. Not all clients are created equal. Some prefer direct and concise communication, like myself. I don't like filler words. I don't like when people add fluff into a conversation. And then there's other people that are gonna want more communication. They're gonna want more words. They're gonna want you to spend more time. They're gonna want you to hold their hand. You gotta be able to figure out what the person you're communicating, what their style is. Some of the ways you can figure that out is you gotta ask questions about how they prefer to be communicated with, and also how to communicate with them. Do they like phone calls? Do they like text messages? Do they like detailed emails? And with this, you have to talk in terms of their goals. You gotta avoid industry words, and you have to make it about them. Setting expectations clearly. And if there's one thing that I've seen more stress and more bad reviews, not for me, but for other agents, like it's about setting expectations. Nobody likes surprises. Nobody likes surprises. Everybody wants to know what's gonna happen. And it's such an emotional process, buying or selling a home. Being able to clearly communicate what that process looks like, what potential challenges you might have. If every conversation you have with your clients says, at the very end of it, you say, here's what's gonna happen next. I'm telling you, it makes a world of difference. I've heard agents say, I don't wanna work with that person, they're crazy. If we don't work with crazy people, who are we gonna work with? But think about it. Think why people go crazy. Well, I'll speak for myself. When I go crazy, it's because my expectations weren't met. It's because I expected something different than what happened. So on to the next one. Being transparent, keeping people informed, being available. There's ways of being too transparent. I mean, you ultimately want to keep the emotions down when you're dealing with someone. That was a mistake I used to make all the time. I thought I needed to get emotional and be emotionally involved to help my clients, to make it seem like, that was how I was building value. But that's not the case. Nobody wants to get upset and nobody wants to get angry. People want to know that, these roadblocks are things that happen and that you're gonna get through them. So being transparent, keeping the emotions down, that's a big one. The next and the last one, reading between the lines. Great communication goes beyond words. You gotta pay attention to body language. You gotta pay attention to tone. People are paying attention to your body language and they're paying attention to your tone. If your client seems hesitant or they seem confused, address that at that moment. Don't wait and say, well, they were acting funny. No. You have to address when you see something that's off with your client, you have to address it then. You truly have to be invested in their needs. Remember, these communication hacks, they're not just tricks. They're the key to building trust and managing expectations, and ultimately keeping your clients happy. Now, I want to hear from you. Did any of the things that we talked about resonate with you? Share your own communication tips in the comments below. Let's build a community of communication and real estate powerhouses. And if you're ready for more real estate hacks to ditch the stress and to close more deals with confidence, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.